Good morning. Oh, I really should try talking before I come on live, right? Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Monday, and we are going to just dive into the energies of Monday and this week. So Mondays are always kind of like the whole week, right? And then all of these energy check-ins really are, when you find them, are they kind of in the energy of where we are? Absolutely. But sometimes when you come to one of these videos, it's because of where you are, and there's going to be something in here for you. So just thank you for the likes, the subscribes, the shares. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for all of the new members finding me on YouTube and subscribing. Really excited about that. The goal was to reach 1,000 by the end of the year, and we are on our way. We are on our way of doing that. So I appreciate all of you. I'm going to be concentrating more on Facebook and YouTube in the coming months. I've just been feeling like trying to be on all the platforms and do all the things is energetically not right for me. So I'm going to be really focused on YouTube and Facebook, and the podcast is going to be on YouTube, and then I just upload that to Podbean, and that goes to Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple iPod. So if you haven't checked out Spiritual 411, please do. Because as we move forward, it's all about your connection to spirit. And that's what I'm all about, is helping you to connect to that multidimensional connection that we all are predisposed to have, right? But for many of us, we struggle with receiving messages or trusting and acting on them. And that's, I think if you boil it down, that's what my mission is all about, helping you get into connection with your multidimensionality. And we do that through the energy healing. We do that through the teaching, right? We do that through the videos, we do that through the courses, we do that through the community. So if you're someone that's really struggling with your own life as far as where am I going, what am I doing, and all of the stuff that's been heavy on your heart and weighing you down, heavy on your shoulders, heavy on your heart, that's what integrated energy therapy can do. It can release those stubborn traumas and dramas at the core cellular memory level, the issues in your tissues, which is what that ends up being. So if you're someone that's really looking for that type of help, then I would say, hopefully you will join me, whether you do that through my community, my online monthly subscription, or you book your session with me. And just know that the Empower Me Now session is 9 sessions in 6 months. And if you break it down financially, you're actually getting 3 sessions free. If you look at how much the 3-session package is. So if you're someone that's really ready to dive deep and you're ready to invest in yourself, and it is an investment, because you're going to change yourself profoundly. You're going to invest in yourself in a way that you will be profoundly different on the other side of 9 sessions in 6 months. Anything from, being able to realize your own goals, you're stepping into the path of your own dreams, or creating the life that you want, whether it's starting a family, whether it's finding that career that is your dream career, but really learning how to utilize your intuition to help you know what is the right path for you. All I do is I guide you through the spirit connection and help you to get into your own spirit connection. So that's what the Empower Me Now package is all about. It's I'm not doing anything really different than what I would do in an IET session, except there are extra tutorials, there's extra support that I'm bringing in the Empower Me Now package, which is why it is an investment, because you will have homework, where with IET sessions, strictly we set the intention, we do the session, and then we kind of continue on. With the coaching, with the Empower Me Now package, it is you and I partnering with spirit to help yourself move yourself into that connection with spirit that you've been dying to get into. So good morning, Mariana. Good morning, Cynthia. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Darlene. So that's in a nutshell what you're getting. You're getting the ability to get into your own connection, trust and act on what you're receiving, and really releasing any trauma and drama that has just been weighing on you to the extent that you cannot get out of your own way. And for all of you, that's very different. So I could list a whole, busload of them, but just think about what you're carrying and think about what that would be like to not carry it. And for some of you, you can't even imagine that, because we don't know what we don't know sometimes. And that's what's beautiful about integrated energy therapy and the Empower Me Now sessions, that we do bring in any kind of healing modality that you need, but we do concentrate on the integrated energy therapy. And so it becomes a complement to anything else you're doing in your life, whatever healing modality you're using, whatever traditional modality you're using, whatever help that you are utilizing for yourself, whether that's Western medicine, Eastern medicine, or everything in between, right? So going into your multidimensionality, getting into connection with your spirit guides, getting into connection with your higher self, your soul, that's where they have the playbook. And now when you can tap into that, holy cow, tapping into that playbook and feeling and acting on what you should do and where you should go, and knowing that you have a partner with that in the higher realm, that you're not guessing anymore. You're not, throwing it out there and hoping it catches something, right? You're landing what you want each and every time, because you're doing it with this divinely guided higher dimension of yourself that has the playbook. They know which way you need to go. They know who you need to be in contact with. So that is what the Empower Me Now sessions are all about. It's about empowering you with your spirit guides and using the energy healing to release those issues in your tissues that are holding you back and profoundly changing your life. And, sometimes I have a hard time sitting here and really talking about how wonderful IET is, because having been in your seat and knowing how heavy, dense, and hurt and traumatized I was, that listening to someone telling you to get out of that, how do you believe that? Listening to someone telling you that you don't have to buy in to that story you've been telling yourself, and that you can radically shift that. How do you know that? How do you buy into that? But this is why I struggle with really talking about the profound effects of integrated energy therapy in my own life. And then the people that I've been helping we're going on 7 years now. It is profound. Helping people start their family is so cool, right? Helping people step into their career that they thought was a dream or pie in the sky they were never going to reach to. It's like so amazing knowing that I'm sitting here doing what I'm doing and loving it each and every day. And a spirit is allowing me to do it full time. Like, that's unbelievable still to this day to me. And so that's what I want to bring to each and every one of you for wherever you are on your journey in partnership with the angels. So that's why I have a hard time really talking about it. And I know I haven't been talking about it for a little while now, because we all go through seasons, right? We all go through shifts and changes. And I've been going through a shift and a change. But what it's really brought me back to is, even though I feel like my energy has been elevating, like using those core tenets of integrated energy therapy and meditation and connection, that is always going to be the thing that's going to keep helping me to stay grounded in what I'm doing and what I'm sharing with each and every one of you. And this is really what I want you all to know, that you don't have to become some completely different version of yourself. You just get to be the most authentic version of yourself. And it's always been there, and it's always kind of peeked out here and there. And the people who support you with that will be there. And the people who don't support you, low-hanging fruit, man, low-hanging fruit. So thank you, Cynthia. Thank you. Yeah, my new sessions are amazing. They really are. And I'm really loving them. And I just want those of you who are ready to step into it, like, let's get started. Let's start today. Let's just go. If you have any questions about them, you can always reach out to me. Absolutely. Oh, Cynthia, that's awesome. And also, for those of you who, and money's a thing, right? Money's a thing. I get it. If you use PayPal, you're actually able to break up the payments. So you could do a payment plan through PayPal. So that is an option when you go into the checkout. I believe next to where you pay, it does say PayPal payment. So you can break it down. You can absolutely break it down. So yeah, let me know. Let me know if you're ready to get started, or just book. I'll know then. All right. Yeah, look at that. And this is why I got called to talk about this today. You're honoring your path. Are you ready to honor your path? You know, one of the things that I woke up today, and maybe some of you caught this in one of the posts that I put up already this morning, I could feel the collective fear. I could feel the collective fear. And I feel like that's one of the reasons I'm being brought to talk about integrated energy therapy today, is because we're getting triggered. Duality on this planet is what we came here to do. And not only, I don't even want to talk about collective today. I want to talk about personal, because that's what I was feeling today. I was feeling the personal hit of the duality that is within me, the light and the dark that is within me, which is within each and every one of us. You have light and you have dark within you. Are you going to let the light win, or are you going to let the dark win? And today it was really easy. And you can probably hear it in my voice. My voice is shaking because I'm still feeling the darkness. I'm still feeling the fear that I woke up with. And I've done meditation, and I've done what I thought I could do to alleviate it. But I think today it's going to be kind of a whole, I took a shower. I did meditation in the shower under the water. Like, I've really been trying to get out of this feeling of this darkness that is just wanting to kind of overtake me. And that happens to us when our root chakra gets triggered, right? When our root chakra gets triggered, it's our safety and our stability. It's our finances. It's our family. It's our foundation. And so you're being asked today to honor your own path, whatever that path looks like for you. Good morning, Colleen. What does that path look like for you? Does that look like same old, same old? I'm just going to keep going, very unconsciously down this, path this way? Or am I going to consciously co-create my reality? Is it time for me to step into consciously co-creating my reality with my higher self, with my soul? And that honoring my path looks like taking steps to nurture myself and love myself. And that's going to be outside of anybody who is wanting to have a say on what that looks like. And so when you sit down with yourself today, what is rising up within you, the fear or the love? And honestly, today, guys, for me, it was the fear. It was the fear. It was the fear of my safety and my stability. It was the fear of spreading myself too thin and afraid of stepping back and walking myself back away from some things to help myself have the space and the grace that I need for where I am feeling passionate, right? Sitting here every day with you guys. That's what I feel passionate about. And that's really what I've been trying to get back to. But I've been being pulled in all these different directions. And that's why, honestly, when I was on vacation, I was down in Virginia Beach. I'm sitting on the beach, and all I can think about is like getting home and getting back to my routine. I mean, I did enjoy myself, but this is where I thrive, where I feel like I'm doing the most beneficial work. I hope you all do too. But what it comes down to is I have to honor my path. And so sometimes we have to pull ourselves away from things that are not honoring our path, even though it's the expectation, right? The expectation is that, you can find me on all the different social media platforms. And the expectation is that I'm going to have all this content all the time. And it's not realistic. Not for me, who's an empath and can feel energies and feels exhausted and not being able to keep my boundaries because I'm exhausted. So I'm not making sure I have what I need, right? And so how can you honor your path? Is it time to take a step into the direction that is, you loving yourself and investing in yourself and putting your time, attention, love, money into yourself. I mean, as a single mom, I remember, I didn't get the pedicure so she could go to the swim meet. I didn't get the haircut so that, she could have, the birthday party experience, right? Like, I put all of my needs on the back burner. And those things maybe for some of you sound really like superficial, right? But when you're working your butt off and you don't feel like there's any way in which you're benefiting, you get exhausted. And then it's like, why am I going to keep doing that? Why am I going to keep putting myself out there and striving and driving when I'm not receiving any benefit? It's time for you to honor your path. What does that look like? Does it look like stepping into your spirituality? One of the things I think I'm being called to talk about on the podcast, actually, whether I record that today or tomorrow morning, because Spirit always kinds of brings me the idea right around when I'm going to sit down to record. I don't normally know exactly what I'm going to say until I turn the mic on, which is crazy, but it's all coming through me, right? But this idea of duality and this idea of not honoring ourselves and our passion and our mission because we're being bogged down by all of the societal or family or even personal expectations that we have with ourselves. So I feel like this week, there's something that's going to be coming in for you that's going to say, I need to take the time for myself. I need to take the time for what I need. And it's not selfish, right? It's filling up my cup so that when I do come back to my family, when I do come back to the workplace, when I do come back to others, right? I have more to give. I have more to give. And when you're not honoring your path and you keep trying to give from that empty cup, that's when you put yourself in the negative deficit. You put yourself in the negative deficit of financial, of spiritual, of energetic, of mental, of emotional, of physical, right? When you're not honoring your path, it has real world ramifications. And for many of us, it's about getting sick. It's about our physical health, our mental health. And where can we take care of ourselves? How can we honor our path of our health? Because when we're healthy, mentally and physically, then we can work on emotional health, we can work on energetic health, we can work on spiritual health. One of the things that I really struggled with for a very long time was this idea of saying no and really doing things for myself. I had a real struggle with that. I grew up not feeling safe and stable unless I was taking care of everybody else. That was my safety and stability. And so I know that honoring your path for some of you is terrifying, because how are you going to be okay if you're telling people no, or if you're not being there for them in the way that they expect you to be, however that looks in your life? And that terror, that pit in your stomach that keeps you from saying no or pulling back, that's real. That's physical. And we can talk about, fear ramping up your cortisol, ramping up your adrenaline, and getting addicted to that feeling, right? And so how do you break that addiction? And that's what honoring your path is asking you to do this week. Really looking at, where are you still not honoring your path? Where are you still letting that addiction to self-service or to service for others, not self-service? We need to get to self-service and make it normal. Make it part of the equation that is your life. So this week, honoring yourself is what's going to come up. And it's going to come up because of the light and the dark that is being exposed. Collectively, yes, but I really wanted to talk today about us individually. And so I think it's going to be exposed in your own life, that the collective energy is exposing it in your own life. Where is the light and the dark in your own life? And for some of you, where the darkness is might actually shock you, because it might be that coworker you thought was being super helpful. It might be that partner that you thought was really there for you, and now you recognize that it was manipulation. It might be that family member who you thought was being a really good shoulder for you to vent on, but you found out that they're using that now to make you look bad and themselves look good. It's going to manifest each and every, for each and every one of you very different, but there's something this week I feel like you're going to have to honor your path by setting that boundary or cutting that person out or walking away from something, because you see the darkness there now in a way that you never saw it before. And it's going to be, for some of you, it will be a little bit of a punch in the gut, because Spirit's been trying to show it to you and you've not been getting it, right? Because sometimes we don't want to. We keep giving people in situations chances because the idea of them not being there or changing it, again, right? It's terrifying. It gives you that pit in your stomach that I'm not safe and stable if I don't have this person or situation in my life. And so this week, there's something coming up that is saying, no, it's not what you think. It's never been what you thought. And we've been bringing it to you here and there, they've been showing you their true colors here and there, but you've been putting your blinders on. It's easier to give them grace. It's easier to let them be. But there are situations that have been so detrimental to you in keeping you in such a place that it's time for you to rise. And you can't rise being weighed down by these hangers-oners. And that's exactly how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it's kind of like you've got the umbrella and the air is taking you and you're drifting through the cosmos and you're going up and up and up, but you're going up little by little by little by little, because on your feet are these people and they're just hanging on. And it's like, if you could shake them off, you would just go bloop right into where you need to be. But it's not that easy, because this could be maybe a relationship you've been in for decades. This could be the family member who you thought you were the closest to. This could be the coworker that you really relied on. They've got your back when you have to call in sick because you got to, take care of your kid, or you got to leave early because you got to pick your kid up unexpectedly, those kinds of things. So I know these are hard decisions that you're being asked to make, but you're being asked to make them because it's all about you coming into your best, this most authentic version of yourself. And so seeing the darkness this week, or seeing the darkness in some situation unlike ever before, seeing it unlike ever before. Yeah, Cynthia, absolutely. You could call them energy vampires for sure. All right, let's dig into this. So I'm going to use the Lunar Tarot by Jane Wallace because we are in the corridor of eclipse season. Oh, thank you, Colleen. I just go where Spirit takes me. I'm to the point where I really don't take credit for any of this anymore. I'm open. I try to be as open as I can. Whew. And this is what I want to help others do to get here, because it's such a lovely place to be. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, this week there's something coming in that's either triggering a past loss, or actually what I'm picking up is it's going to mirror a past loss. So I feel like you have lost someone, or a situation in the past, and something this week is also going to be feeling very similar to that loss. And if you can, and I think that the reason that it is, what I'm picking up, the reason that is because you need to know that as big as this loss feels, you're going to be okay. Because if you look at how that other loss ended up, where you ended up going or what you ended up having, that this is going to be very similar to that on kind of a next level. So that's why I feel like this one is so visceral, like it's so hard. Like the last one that happened, the last loss that happened, it was unexpected, but it was like, okay, you kind of saw it coming. You kind of knew it wasn't a match. Still felt bad. And then after the change, after the loss happened, after you kind of got through the grieving process of the situation or of the relationship, you realized, oh, okay, now I can go over here and do this, or I can have this over here. And I feel like that's what's coming in for you this week, that you're going to be able to, you're going to see the why. You're going to see the why that the loss had to happen. And so this would be a good week to, again, get back into your meditation practices, get back into your, spending time in nature practice, getting into, whatever ritual, maybe you've gotten, gratitude journaling or journaling as a whole, but that's what's happening this week. Something's being illuminated for you. And it may be that you need to step back. You need to take some time to be able to get into connection with, the answer, because I do feel like there will be an answer this week, why something has been happening or not happening in your life. There's going to be some satisfaction coming in by the end of the week because of the realization, because of the enlightenment, because of the aha moment of, oh, that's why that happened, or, oh, that's why that person had to go, or, oh, that's why that situation had to change. I've been feeling it. I just didn't want to make the final decision, right? Because again, we're human. We get complacent. We get comfortable. And anything that makes us uncomfortable, we kind of walk away from or run away from. And so this week, there's going to be some kind of understanding, illumination that is going to bring in satisfaction. So for those of you who start out the week uncertain or not sure how things are going to play out or how things are going to work out, and don't let the anxiety be the energy that rules you. So this is why getting into your practices is going to be so important. Don't let the anxiety be the driver of your train this week. 8 and 9 of Swords. Anxiety and restriction. That's what this week is going to feel like. A lot of fear energy coming up. A lot of feeling like you can't move forward, that you're being blocked. I feel like it's even less of stagnation and more of feeling like you're really being blocked. Like there's some real energy vampirism going on. There's some psychic attack going on. There's something that really makes you feel this week like it's harder than it should be, right? It's harder than it should be. That whatever you're experiencing, and there might be some loss in some kind of like physical, right? So some loss in money, some loss in it's got a financial feel to it. But don't let you get anxious, because you are going to end up understanding the why and how to get yourself out of it and to get back into this feeling of satisfaction. This feeling of everything is working out for my highest and greatest good. Yeah, look at that right on the bottom of the deck. Yep. Ace of Cups, reward. So an offer coming in this week that's going to help you. Whether it's an offer from another person, whether it's an offer for a job, an offer for a partnership, an offer for a collaboration. Something is coming in this week that is going to help you to be able to release the anxiety and restriction that you're going to be feeling. And the Emperor. you've got to just stay in your authority. You've got to stay in the knowingness that everything is working out for my highest and greatest good. I've got to stay in the energy of I'm safe and stable. Like I've created a safe and stable environment. And yes, things don't feel safe and stable right now, but I'm going to do what I know to do to get myself out of that energy. And then everything is going to manifest in the way that I need it to. And look at that right on the bottom of the deck, because the energy is going to shift and I'm going to come into balance and I'm going to, opportunity is going to meet divine timing this week. So you're going to feel like something very lucky is showing up for you this week. But you've got to stay right now in the energy of I'm protected. I'm safe and stable. I'm okay. And so one of the things I was looking at when I was kind of getting ready here, so I charged our cards with this beautiful heart. I'm going to have to look this up. I forget, but I know it's tied to the angels. And I think there's like the word angel, I think, is in the name of the crystal. So I will look that up for us at some other time. But I was also using Metatron's cube. So calling in the angels, calling in Archangel Metatron this morning to help us. And the other thing that I was being brought to is using this Archangel Metatron color healing spray, Sunrise, New Dawn. So this is what's going to happen this week. That something in your life is going to feel like a new dawn is showing up this week. But I feel like it's going to be more towards the middle or the end of the week. And so right now, all I want you to do is just close your eyes as long as it's safe. And just feel into this energy of this Sunrise New Dawn spray. And these are made by Amanda Ellis, and you can check her out at angeliccelestialcolor.uk or .co.uk. So, yeah, New Dawn. So the duality that we're experiencing on the planet, there has been a new dawn. I really wanted to talk about you in this video, but now that we've kind of talked about you and everything's going to be okay, as long as you're staying in your high vibrational frequency of the new dawn. Gratitude, compassion, love. The darkness thought that they were quieting someone who was spreading light. And what they have done, I feel like, is very backfired. That the message has gotten even wider, even broader, and more impactful. So as much as a light was snuffed out, it was really only the physical vessel. That soul and that spirit will continue to rain down on us and Mother Gaia. And all we have to do is call it in. And so I feel like this week, call it in. Call in that beautiful light of love and compassion. And I am a Christian. I am not affiliated with a religion, but I am a Christian and I always have been. And wherever you land on that spectrum, it's okay. Because the lightness in universal source love and Christ consciousness is open and available to each and every one of you. All you have to do is call it in. So if you didn't check out my last video, I actually pulled out and edited it just with the meditation. So you can go on my YouTube channel and you can get the meditation. And let me see if view all. Thank you. That's better. Praying for peace meditation. That's it. Praying for peace meditation. And so that's what it looks like. Praying for peace meditation. It's just, there's no real, it's just a picture of me. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. It's Angelite. Yes, Angelite. Thank you. So that's how we all stay connected, guys. That's how we all stay connected. We pray for peace. Whatever your belief is and whatever you feel drawn to, it's all good as long as it's residing in the white light, in the Christ consciousness, in universal source love, in compassion. I actually, on TikTok, one of my shorts got likened to the tenets of Buddha and Buddhism. And it was really interesting to me because I have been drawn to Buddhism. In the past, I actually did some extensive research, and I actually have a connection to Green Tara. So let's, as I'm looking at these Buddha wisdom cards, let's get ourselves just a little Buddha wisdom to take with us. So again, thank you for the likes, the shares, the comments, the interaction. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for letting me be a part of your experience. There it is. You are a projection of love. Love the earth, love the air, love the water, love the fire. There it is. I love that message to leave you all on today. You are a projection of love. Love the air, love the water, love the fire, love the earth. Well, I can't leave you on a better note than that. So thank you. Again, if you want any more information, go to my website, melissawatkins.com. Let's get started. Let's get started. No time like the present. It's time. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll talk soon.